Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Nurfadilah and my register number is A12123042 and I'm from class B, and now I am going to read the folk tales from Togean with the title Mermaid from Togean. So in this time I'm going to read the story but in both language with local language, which is Kailitara, and mix it with English. So a long time ago, there was a very poor family that lived in an isolated place near the seashore. The couple had two children. The daughter was 7 years old, and the son was still suckling at her mother. They all lived in a small hut. Every day they only owned the little food to be eaten, considering that the food was earned through hard work, because their father didn't have permanent work at all. One day the woman's husband went out to seek a living because they didn't have some foods to be cooked anymore that day, but just a grain of rice. Their mother said, "Ah, my dear son, today we don't have something to cook except just a grain of rice in place of the small ripe banana and honey. Be patient and don't cry. I am going to cook the food for you, my dear." Oh, potofe anangguranga. Ewe kita tataria anu rapuapu. Jasambuti o serap usulaka. Punti kodi tasa ante manisa. Pasobaraka. Nee motumangi. Mopuapuka pangoni tofengu. While his wife wanted to cook some rice, the woman was rather worried because she only found a single seed of rice at the hut. At the same time, her both children really felt hungry by the daytime, so their mother had to cook the rice in an earthenware bowl. Although it was a single seed of rice, yet owing to her prayer and effort, the earthenware bowl that contained just a grain of rice suddenly turned to be much rice in a few minutes. Whereas their mother used to cook the food, it only takes from 15 to 30 minutes. The mother talked to herself. It never entered in my mind that this is just by chance, but it is a real miracle. And let me know by myself about this. No one may knows whether my husband or my children. Kylie version, it was like Evatara na suam pekiringu kejadia wei tani suarya kala jayaku boto non janina wei tararintau non jani aparonggoku atau ananggu. When her husband returned and found out about the food, he became angry and slapped her wife's face. Finally, what happened later on? Consequently, the woman left the hut without being known by her husband and both the children. The very day their father has looked for his wife all over the place, but he didn't find her. He said in the jungle, "Mommy, where are you? I come here to apologize to you. Forgive me for my fault. Please come back. Go home. Be pity on your little son. He has been crying over and over." "Mama, rifa komi, yakuwei narata marapiampu ante komi. Ampuni kedongu, kamai manjili risapo komi. Potoferanga tua inguwei, no tumangi tane taata." even though their father tried to persuade his wife with the repeated and wise calls, but his wife didn't keep appearing. However, he really worried about the safety of his wife. Day after day, week after week, month after month, the woman never returned to the hut anymore. Fortunately, the elder sister could take care of her younger brother. In the morning, in daytime, and in the evening, the elder sister merely fed her younger brother a ripe banana and a few drops of honey in place of her mother's breast. One day, the little child cried over and over. Having pity on her younger brother, the elder sister went out carrying him to the seashore. Then she called out her mother with a rhyme. O ino, ko ino, tope falinduyu, mai pasusui andiku. Actually, this rhyme is not in Kaili language, but in Togean mixed with Bugis language. Hearing the rhyme, suddenly the woman emerged to surface of the water and moved to the seashore, giving suck to her little son. After suckling his little son, she gave a message to her daughter. She said, "I am not able to return to the hut anymore because my scales of fish has been knee-high. No doubt, I'll still come to suckle to your little brother." And in Kali version, it was like, Yakutaramu ng pekule manjilimuni riso eto. Karana karuke bau natufu sampai fukutumo. Nen masusayaku kanan jumai mompetom nikatuai kodimu itu. After giving messages to her daughter, she left her both children. Shortly on the next week, the woman appeared as usual, but this time her scales of fish has been navel-high. Subsequently, after she met with her little son, she couldn't suckle at him for any longer because her scales of fish has been breast high. It indicated that it was impossible for her to suckle at her little son for any longer. Certainly, she felt sadly because she wasn't able to feed her little son with milk from breast, but merely gave an affectionate kiss and care to her little son. Well, so I think that's all from me about the story Mermaid from Togean. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.